Lock in chat for the next video, Prankless Harms.
See, I find that pranks are all fun and games when they come in the form of harmless pranks.
Jim, sure, can I see your receipt?
But on the other side of that spectrum, we have prank.
I love that video. He's just like fully fearful and shocked. Walks to the Walmart representative. That guy ate my receipt. Actually, my favorite ones are when a guy will walk up to like one of those Walmart receipt checkers and hand them like a note card that says like Big Chungus or something, and they just stare at them. And the old person freaks out and goes to a representative, and they're like, this person didn't pay for their items. And then they actually take out the real receipt and hand it to the, like, younger manager. And then the manager's like, yeah, I don't know what you saw. And they make the old woman seem like crazy.
Spectrum, we have prankless harms.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these. I also, yeah, well, this is fake. But I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of, like, public harassment pranks, if that makes sense. When you go to Walmart and you, like, with an employee for 5 seconds, that's different from when you're outwardly, like, following a random person in public for 30 minutes to see how far you could egg them and rage them to the point where they, like, actually pull out a gun and shoot you. That's, like, another level of trying to make stupid content. Or like there's guys, bro, there's like up and coming not YouTubers. They make content on TikTok where they'll just go like punch homeless people. Do you see that shit? It was like on Twitter. It was like this one kid, he like went around and just like pushed over old people at a park. I'm like, dude, you're just assaulting people. This isn't a prank. Like you're actually just beating up old people.
If you're unsure what this video I'm showing you right now is, this is the killing my best friend prank. I say prank.
Well, that was like, what year was that, bro? That had to be like 2016 YouTube.
But take a look at this dude. Now let's see what the supervillain that orchestrated this has to say.
Let's see how he reacts to his best friend of 5 years being
My name's Sam Pepper.
killed in front of him.
I'ma say you took this one like a champ, really. Light work, no reaction. See, the problem with prank content is that it's stuck in this never-ending competition, you know, to do something new. Or
it's not even do something new. It's bigger and better. Because like, how many times, that's the issue of prank content, is you can't reformat it. Nothing can be changed in prank content to where it feels new unless you do something bigger. Like, you remember when prank content was as simple as, like, walking into a Walmart and football spiking a gallon of milk on the ground like you slept? I mean, it was harmless in the sense of, like, now a worker has to clean this up. But it was a low-level prank. Like, you were fucking just dropping milk in a Walmart. But how many times can you do that and it still gets views? So then you have to keep scaling until it's like, I'm killing my best friend prank.
to top the last prank that the people have seen. Now, don't mistake me for somebody that I am not. I have a love in my heart for prank content. It's damn near all I was watching as a kid. Right now I'm on my intellectual arc, so let me share some wisdom with you. People find pranks funny because they play on surprise and incongruity, breaking expectations in harmless ways that trigger laughter. Key word there, harmless. And also humans at our core, we're dead ass just evil, okay? We like to laugh at other people's misfortunes. And over time, pranks have done nothing but evolve, I think in mostly good ways. But even a lot of the pranks back then were kinda OD. You'll remember this guy with the pen.
I think, like, cosplay pranks are also pretty funny and, like, harmless. Where, like, the guy that does the Labubu shit, Juicy Jacob, he'll go into a Walmart dressed as the Lorax and walk around. Or people, like, if you do that, that's kind of chill. Because you're not fucking with people, so you? No, not me. It's not me. As I was saying, though, I think if you do that and you're, like, cosplaying as certain people, like Megamind, and you're just, like, walking around and fucking with people, it's like they could just ignore you if they don't like you, versus you, like, directly walking up and targeting somebody and being like, hey, and then trying to fuck with them.
Pansexual mother of 3 haircut. Yeah, this 2017 tall fishman having cut ass nigga.
Bruh, I remember I used to think that haircut was so hard, though. Bro, that was like the ideal haircut.
Ass nigga. This is Prank Invasion. Yeah, he's best known for his, kissing prank.
What up, invaders? Chris here. All right, so today we're here at Venice Beach, and we're gonna be kissing girls right in front of their boyfriends.
Okay. Just one question for you, gang.
That's not really a prank. That's not really a prank. I'm gonna go make out with guys' girlfriends.
How is this a prank? I'm just struggling to see how, you know, going up to a stranger and kissing them falls under that classification. Just sounds a little sus to me. I guess it was working for him because he was pulling hella views and he was just, you know, rinsing and repeating this with just different versions.
Who's the guy that got like really spiritual and kind of went insane? And he used to do like prank content, but it was effectively him just taking his shirt off and flexing. No, not Gideon. Gideon didn't go insane. Who's the guy that I'm talking about? He would flex. He would just walk out in public and be like, not Fousey. Connor Murphy. Connor Murphy. Y'all remember Connor Murphy? Bro, he would literally just like walk around in public and just like take his shirt off. And that was the video.
Versions. I think we lost this nigga at the sister edition, though.
I'm gonna try to kiss my sister.
Anywho, I think at least most pranksters stopped faking their pranks after it became like a whole scandal. Personally, I didn't even find it deep, as long as I couldn't tell or it wasn't extremely obvious. Something that just never did it for me was all those channels that would prank their significant other like over and over again.
Well, that was just family channels. This time, I'm gonna prank my wife and think, like, there would be wives' videos where she'd be like, this time I'm gonna sleep with a mannequin in my bed and make my husband think I'm cheating on him.
Roman Atwood.
Not funny.
You can only kill your kid so many times before I start believing your girlfriend's
Roman Atwood did a kill your kid prank.
reaction.
That's like traumatizing. Killing my kid prank.
I blew up my kid is a classic prank, though. I'll give it to you.
Did she actually believe it?
But there was this other channel.
Oh my god, that's like kind of fucked. Did she freak out though? She had to be in. She had to have been in on it. You could tell the explosions way after.
But there was this other channel, Prank versus Prank, and their whole thing was just boyfriend and girlfriend pranking each other over and over again. They did like 6 or 7. They did like 6 or 7 cheating pranks. Bro, when you have a whole prank channel dedicated to you pranking each other, you're gonna live on edge like the whole time. So after the 3rd cheating prank, it's like, bro, your reaction is not going to be genuine.
Well, yeah, like after a point, you're just going into every day assuming that your partner's going to prank you for the channel. But you have to lean into it, otherwise it's not content. So that's when you get those like really corny ass intros like, what's up, Ace? What's up, A-fam? We're going to be pranking my girlfriend today and making her think that I cut my own fucking foot off.
Like these two deadass used to just terrorize each other. Like this prank where he laces up food with a ghost pepper. I think we need to realize just because the camera's on.
That's kind of fucked up. Being like, hey, babe, try this. It's just a ghost pepper.
Doesn't make something a prank. If you are genuinely just causing somebody harm, that is not a prank. And there was these 2 kids that just...
Yeah, it almost got to the point where, like, I think if YouTube didn't have guidelines, I think there would actually be, like, drugging my friend pranks. Like, that would be... I wouldn't even be surprised if there's a YouTube video from, like, 2013 that's like that. Like, give my friend Xanax to see how he reacts.
Decided to do a robbery prank. Or how did they go about this prank? Did they use, like, bananas instead of guns? No, these...
Well, the robbery pranks, some of those YouTubers actually died. Where they would walk... We watched a video on that. Where some guy fake robbed a group of guys and he pulled out a fucking knife and they just took out a gun and shot him. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? You walked up to a group of fucking people on a parking lot with a knife, and you're like, they're not going to fight back?
Niggas use real knives. And this went as bad as possible. One kid was shot dead on the spot. Rest in peace, though, for real. But broskito, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But you know what prank I really mess with? The screaming prank.
Bro, didn't some TikToker get arrested for that? Like, recently. Wasn't there a TikToker that got fucking arrested for, like, screaming in, like, a Walmart and blaming it on his friend? What's the crime there?
This was revolutionary. This is what pranking needs. Because modern day pranking, right now, is just a whole lot of rage bait.
Okay, I literally saw one today where he's checking out at a Walmart and he's like one by one handing the cashier the things he's buying, and it's like a cucumber, Magnums, baby oil, chapstick, like one normal thing, a box of chicken nuggets. And then he would just keep handing him, and the guy's face is just going like wider and wider, and he's trying to keep his composure because he's like, there's no way this guy's buying this.
or straight up just confusing people.
I really don't know because I don't really know. Because it's gonna be like a 4-foot drop because I have a really expensive. I have a 14 Pro Max.
And the screaming prank was just another one of these, until we introduced the twisted yet genius prospect of the backup screamer. See what the original prank was? You just have somebody scream in a Walmart or something, and then you had to try and convince them that it was not you.
It wasn't me.
But the integration of the backup screamer
The integration of the backup screamer brought all the attention off you, especially if they sounded like you. I've seen backup screamers that don't scream the same, and it's not convincing because the people are going to remember the pitch, right? You need somebody that has a very similar voice to you.
somebody else take the fall. Genius. Simply just genius. Now, just before I mentioned rage bait pranks, now there's a thin line with this one between harmless prank and prankless harm. Rage bait pranks been around forever, like the calling black people neighbor prank.
What's up, my neighbor?
Or the farting in the hood prank, or the staring at people in the hood prank, pretty much anything in the hood. Black people.
Bro, those pranks were fucking nuts. They would just be a guy that would walk up to somebody and be like, I'm like, you're asking to get beat the fuck up. Like, how much would somebody have to pay you to go in public and just stare at someone? Like, but not even from afar, like directly to their face. And when they say stuff, you don't respond. I would think that they would murder me. I'm not doing that for any amount of money. $10? For $10, bro, your ass is caving. Your ass is caving. You're not doing that. If I gave you $10, you're not walking up to a guy and going, you would maybe do it. And the second he goes, what are you doing, bro? You're walking away. You're going to be like, I'm sorry, man. Okay, so there's like a camera over there. I'm getting paid. You're going to be like, I'll give you half the money. You would immediately give up.
A content farm for pranksters. And why I say there's a thin line, because, you know, we obviously have pranks like staring at people in the hood. Because obviously you're not causing anyone harm, but you know how they're going to react, you know? So when a petite white guy goes around
I think that's anywhere, though, bro. You stare at somebody like that, they'd be like, bro, what are you on?
in the hood saying, my neighbor, with the hottest ER you've ever heard, yeah, he's going to get some reactions out of people. But when you get to putting your cheeks all up in people's faces, even if it's a real fart or not, that's a reasonable crash out. Oh, and there's this.
Okay, but that is kind of funny, though, when you're in, like, a subway and somebody rips ass as a prank. Not like the fart spray. I've seen that video where he's in a subway and he's spraying fart spray on himself like it's cologne, and there's, like, somebody in the background just gagging.
One guy on TikTok, right, that gets employees into the craziest positions and has them say some crazy shit.
Come
Are you in? Are you in?
in my ass.
I don't know how he'd be getting away with these. He just calls them brain teasers and people do them. Like, I know it's not part of your job to be in this position when a customer asks.
Come in my butt, come in my...
You high-key did this to yourself. And also just being a public nuisance.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, some random guy walks up to you and you're like, yo, you gotta get on your knees and say, but spell run. Be like, what's the brain teaser here?
Since I don't think that falls under the prankless harm category.
Yoo-hoo, it's a boo-boo.
Joe, I love you so much.
You motherfucker! I'm not, it's not me. That's not me. That's not me. That's Juicy Jacob. He does harmless pranks.
But what I mean by being a public nuisance, this guy Vitaly got arrested for unjust.
The guys that go to different countries and play pranks on people is like fucking. Well, the guys that go to other countries and play pranks on people, their pranks are usually just like blatant racism. You know what I mean? Like that. Who's the other? Not Vitaly. Who's the other guy that went to like South Korea and he also got like arrested or beat up and he was just like sitting in a 7-Eleven just like playing fucking like racist audios. It wasn't Fuzi. Yeah, Johnny Somali.
This guy Vitaly got arrested for unjust vexation, which is the crime of being annoying. And before the arrest, he was low-key on a different path too.
Is that really a crime? Just being annoying?
Of terrorizing civilians, he focused his attention on predators. Now, what he was doing to him.
Yeah, a lot of them will hard pivot content-wise to that because then it's more socially accepted. But they'll still do the other shit on the side. Is Vitaly in jail right now? I thought he got out. He was in the Philippines, right? Is Vitaly in jail? He was held in a holding facility facing deportation. Wouldn't you want to be deported? Isn't being deported, like, good in this situation?
And I high-key can't even be mad about it. If your calling is terrorizing people, you know, these are not bad people to choose. Even Gideon did the same method. A running theory of mine is that
Well, Gideon, he used to make regular prank videos, stopped. And then he was making, didn't he have like a period? I know he's still very religious now, but didn't he have a period in time where he was just making like straight up religious content? Like it was like a few month period or where he wasn't making content at all. I remember he made an announcement.
people that make
He
prank
never
content
did. Yeah, but he did stop for a minute.
genuinely find enjoyment in causing other people misery. And if they're getting backlash for doing it to random people, I mean, why not do it to people less deserving of human rights? It probably does get to a point though. This might be a little bit overdoing it. It's debatable though. But then there's this other kid, Heston James, you've probably heard of him, who's facing 9 years in prison.
For doing the screamer shit.
They have this nigga on 13 charges because of some YouTube pranks. And what's funny is under a Fox News video reporting on this, it's like a bunch of middle-aged people just flaming this nigga. Diggler Duck said, influencer is just a euphemism for malignant narcissist. What does that even mean? First thing, dumbass. Not an influencer, so fuck everything you just said doesn't mean shit. This guy Arthur said, ban
TikTok, arrest these clowns, make them pay restitution to the companies they affected. They can clearly afford it with all the money they're making for the videos.
TikTok, arrest these clowns, make them pay restitutions to the companies they've affected.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. Side boo you, bitch.
What do they think happens after a teenager pretends to be a mechanic at a shop? The whole business just goes into ruins.
The business burns down. They don't know what they can fucking do anymore to fucking get customers.
Maybe 10 minutes of their time was taken up. That's being generous too.
I think if you're one of those prank people that were like licking ice creams and putting them back in the fucking container and back on the shelf, yeah, you should have to fucking pay for that. But if you're like walking in to a public, business and pranking somebody and leaving, that's different. There's a difference between actually publicly pranking people and doing genuine vandalism.
And I'm not saying it doesn't.
And like fucking what do they even be? That would be more than vandalism. If you were like eating products and putting them back, what is that? That's like a health violation.
Doesn't affect these people at all. Obviously, this shit is probably annoying as hell. I'm just saying it's not that serious. Okay, multiple criminal charges over this. Who we should be prosecuting is them fuck-ass niggas from 2016 who dressed as killer clowns and terrorized the youth.
Bro, I flat out have the take that if your dumbass was out on a random road in the middle of nowhere at 2 a.m. dressed as a clown holding a knife and somebody runs your ass over, that is fully your fault. That era was so weird where people were like, yeah, let's just go stand out in the woods and wait for people. I'd be like, bro, no, you're actually going to fucking murder someone.
2016, I was only a baby. But there was genuinely a stretch of time where I didn't feel comfortable going outside. Damn.
Yeah, bro, scary. I remember because it was so common. And then there was like a weird mixture of people that were prankers versus people that were actually psychopaths dressed as clowns trying to like kill people.
I'm really out here being the prank police. But I deadass think a lot of quote-unquote pranks are just acts of terrorism. Okay, maybe I dragged that a little bit. Except for the fake bum prank. That one definitely fits. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what pranks are meant to be is tricking someone into getting a reaction that applies to a situation that isn't how it seems, you know what I mean? So if you were to say, oh look, there's a camera over there, they'll just be cool about it. And not genuinely bringing someone to a point where their veins are protruding out of their forehead. Chill. But deadass, I don't really...
And I think people have gotten a reluctancy to cameras more than they used to. You remember the days, like the early days of Impractical Jokers? I bet they had some bad experiences, but I feel like with a lot of early prank shows, it was as simple as being like, you're on a show, calm down, there's the camera. And it was cool because it was like, oh my God, I'm going to be on TV. Now it's like, fuck you, I don't want to be on your bitch ass TikTok. Like, it's full switched. Because it used to be like cool to be like, oh, I'm going to be on TV versus like, no, fuck you, I don't want to be involved at all with whatever the fuck you're filming.
I only comment on things because I can. I just get both sides of hate and love towards prank.
Yeah, no, I think prank content in general, it's like you got to walk a thin line.
Content. Because if this was me in this video and somebody just comes up to my shit and turns it off, yeah, I would be mad. But it is kind of funny though. But this prank here is high-key my favorite prank ever, just for this guy's reaction. This guy's just taking items out of this old guy's trolley and saying, oh, you don't own it yet because you haven't paid for it. And for some reason, this is his reaction.
Don't be a racist. Come on.
How am I being racist?
Because you're picking on a white guy.
I just wanted to share that because I thought it was funny.
Don't be racist because you're picking on a white guy. I would just be like, don't be like a dick, bro. What do you? How's that racist? Like, he's the only white guy in the whole fucking store. WVed.